Hey y'all, how are you doing? I'm Tonne Odom, and this is episode 3 of my vlog series, Tony's World. Okay, basically, this episode I'm going to talk about a few things, not much. The first thing that I want to talk about, well, the first person, I'm going to talk about 3 people. The first person that I'm going to talk about has been making headlines lately these last few weeks, and that is Lil Nas X. So basically, Lil Nas, he made this nice ass new song. And I ain't gonna lie, it's good. I like that song. I can't lie. I love it. And that video, I cannot lie. I don't know how the Grammys do, but I promise that song that he has made, that song is called Call Me By Your Name. I'm telling you right now. That is, I don't even know how to say it. That is a bad video. And when I say bad, I mean good. Like, that is like literally a badass video. I haven't, I have never seen a video like that before. Like, it just looks like it ought to be something in a movie or something like that. Basically, it's like a mixture of heaven and hell. Lil Nas is in what I guess supposed to be the Garden of Eden, and he's playing a little guitar, whatever you want to call it. It's not no guitar. I can't think of the name of that instrument, but it's like he's in heaven and he's playing multiple roles, like he's playing multiple roles and things like that. And the baddest part of that video that I saw is how a damn stripper pole came out of nowhere. And then Lil Nas, he's coming down the stripper pole from heaven. And he has red ass hair. And then he got on some long ass knee high black leather boots. And I mean that was a badass part. I can't lie, that was some bad shit. I ain't gonna lie, that was bad. And then he goes from heaven all the way down to hell, where he's giving Satan a lap dance, sitting on Satan lap, giving him a lap dance. And then in the end of the video, he gets behind Satan and he breaks his neck. And then he takes the devil horn. Excuse me, y'all. He takes the devil horn and then he puts some on his head. And then the video ends like that. Now, I don't know how the Grammys do that once again, but I ain't gonna lie. Lil Nas, he should get a damn Grammy for that, like for music video of the year. I swear, a BET award, however they go, cause a lot of these awards that I'm naming off, we already know they just had these not too long ago, and now we got a whole nother year to wait. But that is a badass video. And he's been catching hell for that shit for, well, ever since he released it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. To me, he sort of did take it too far, but at the same time, I have to respect him because that's his vision. That's what Lil Nas' vision for his music video. And I mean, the shit was good. Can't lie. It was real good. And see, from those graphics to the performance, like the performance, everything about that video, it'll catch your attention and it'll keep your attention from start to end. That's just how it is. And I mean, you have a lot of people who's been coming at him on bullshit. They've been throwing all these down little jabs at him. You even have people talking about that they ain't gonna let their kids listen to his music no more, like Old Town Road, the song that really put him on the map with Billy Ray Cyrus. So basically, when it comes down to something like that, it's just like what Cardi B said that time about her little pretty girl, little culture. It's just like when people tried to give Cardi B hell because she said she wasn't gonna let her daughter listen to her song WAP. I always say WAP. I think you supposed to pronounce it as well. I don't know, but I always say WAP. I'll say it WAP. And so basically, I agree with Cardi when she said that she wasn't gonna let Culture listen to that song because it's just common sense. Because even though that is Cardi B's song and she loves the damn song, you gotta think about how explicit that damn song is. Yeah, it's entertaining and everything like that, but Cardi B, she thinks about the fact that she's a mother. And see, I think that she's a good ass mother because I agree with her because what mother is going to let their child listen to, a nasty, freaky ass song like that? Like, I agree with her. That's why I couldn't understand why it was so many people coming at her back when she did, say that about this. She don't let her daughter listen to that song. It was crazy as fuck to me. Now, yeah, I can understand that. And see, when I think about that, about parents saying they're not going to let their kids listen to Lil Nas X no more, my whole thing is, yeah, he did a song like that. However, that's just one song, that's one video. The song is good, the video is good. Like, Lil Nas put all his shit together in a badass package. Like, I love it. And so just because he made a video like that, that don't mean that you have to keep your children from listening to his music. But at the same time, I have to also, just look at it from the parents' point of view. Now, I don't have kids myself, but I would have to, just imagine them. I guess, they just don't want their kids to be exposed to something like that. I don't exactly know the word to use for that, so I'm just going to say something, you know. But it's like every artist has their own vision. And see, sometimes an artist has good vision. Oh, I got me a message on Facebook Messenger. But sometimes an artist, they do things like it's their vision. An artist always wants to be true to their work. They want to be true to themselves. And see, a lot of time, you're not going to always get 100% positive feedback. Sometimes you're going to get negative. And see, the thing about this is, Lil Nas, he is a grown ass man. He's 21 years old. And I mean, from the time that he's came out in the music world to right now, he's been killing the music game. Like, he's been doing real good for himself. And I just have to say, I have much respect for him because at the end of the day, he does not mind being himself. He's very expressive. You could tell it from just watching his music videos and listening to his songs, but the vivid imagination in them videos, that what truly shows you that, he's just Lil Nas X. And so I can understand, parents not wanting to let their kids listen to his music anymore because of that video. But at the same time, yeah, that's a video that I do feel is not meant for kids to listen, to watch. Now the song, I'll say it for the song too, but don't turn, your kids all the way from away from Lil Nas. I mean, I get that. Like, he's not going to make every song the man makes is not going to be about fucking or nothing like that. Like, this dude got a lot of talent deep down inside of himself. And I mean, he's been getting blessed. And it's just with this new release, he's caught the good and the bad. Okay. And it's even some things going on about his shoes that he was going to release. Now I'm not gonna really speak on that. I'm not gonna speak on that because that's something that I don't know. I'm just gonna say there's some type of a legal matter that's going on, and I'm not gonna even speak on that. I'm not gonna touch that subject. I'm just gonna speak on his music. But all in all, I think that he's done a great job. Like I love what he's done, and I can tell he's going to be in the music game for a very long time. And that video, it done hit 59 million views on YouTube, and you got so many people want to talk shit about this boy. And I bet you a lot of them damn views on that music video, the same ones, specifically the dudes who want to talk about him, I bet a lot of them are some damn DL fools who wish that they could secretly fuck Lil Nas if they had the chance to. Because it's so many it's so many DLs walking around, you would be amazed. You really would be. But overall, Lil Nas X, I just want to say, just keep your head up, my guy. I think you're doing a very good job. You just a real expressive individual. And I'm looking forward to hearing more and seeing more of your work because you're on a very shit, I gotta put an adjective in front of journey. I'm gonna say you're on a some type of journey. But you're on a good journey, and I mean just keep it up. You got a lot of rough ass roads ahead of you. You've been on one the last few weeks, but I got faith that you will get through it, my guy. And it's just good to see that you don't let people keep you down. You keep going and you go, and you don't let nobody stop you. And then another thing that I like about your ass, I love the fact that whenever somebody fucks with you, you will clap back at their ass, and you will do it in a way that will just leave us like. But I think you're doing a good job. I think that you're an amazing artist, and I mean, like I said, just keep up the good work, my guy. And you gonna keep going and going. Hell, you going up to the top. Just keep up the good work and keep doing what you've been doing. Don't let nobody keep you down. Okay. Next, I would like to also state that today's date is March 31st, 2021. The next person who I am going to talk about is none other than the late great rapper, activist, father, brother, son. He was many things. The late Nipsey Hussle. As you already know, Nipsey Hussle, he passed away back in 2019. He was gunned down in the parking lot of his own store called The Marathon. And I mean, I remember back then, because I'm not going to even lie, y'all. See, me, I'm an old school person. Like, I love music from back in the day. I don't too much listen to today's music. Like, I don't. I listen to some of it, but I don't listen to a lot of it. Like, I love artists like K. Michelle. I love Seven Streeter. For today's artist, I love her. I mean, she just won her first Grammy. The artist, her. And I love Rihanna, and it's a few more artists that I would love, to tell y'all about that I listen to today. And see, I'm mainly a 90s person. See, my favorite artist is the late R&B singer Aaliyah. I've been loving her since I was a damn little kid. I'm talking about real small, okay? And I love TLC and artists like that from back in the day. because I don't even really listen to the damn radio. I either have my phone hooked up, the Bluetooth hooked up in my car, or I'll just have my MP3, not my damn MP3, excuse me, but I have my damn jump drive plugged into my car because I have my own little personal playlist that I made on my jump drives years ago because I have a lot of music on my computer and things like that. But I remember when I had first found out about Nipsey Hussle, and sad to say, it was when he was murdered. And I mean, I just think the way he died, that was just some evil ass shit. I think it was sad. I think it was wrong because he wasn't bothering nobody. He was just standing up in the parking lot talking to some of his friends. And I mean, this dude, like from what I done read over the years, this dude who he knew, like they knew each other. The guy and him had a conversation, and word is that Nipsey had called the dude a snitch. The dude, he left, his girlfriend was with him or something like that, and he pulled the gun out in the car. And then he got out and he went back and he walked up and he shot Po Nipsey multiple times in broad fucking daylight in front of his own store, in front of his own friends. And I mean, that was just that situation right there. I don't even know what to say about that. And the thing that really pisses me off about that, I don't like the fact how the dude had already shot him and then he had left and Po Nipsey was laying on the ground. But then dude comes right back and I think he shot him again and then kicked the Po man in his head. And see that right there, that was just some evil ass shit. That was fucking low down and dirty because first of all, he didn't have to do it, in the first place, but he did. And then secondly, to come right back after you done already shot somebody and then you shoot them again and then you gonna kick them in their damn head. I'm just like, words can't even express that. Like that was just a fucked up way for somebody to die, period. Like, Nipsey did a lot of good things in his community. He did a lot of good things. Like, everybody loved him. He was a down to earth dude. He was just a real ass dude. He was real. He was very smart. I mean, him and Lauren London, I think they made the perfect couple. He had beautiful kids. I mean, it's just sad that you have somebody like Nipsey Hussle who had done so much in this world, had a booming ass rap career. I mean, giving back to the community. It's just sad when you have somebody like that who's done so much and then they have such a good ass soul. Everybody don't gotta be perfect. You don't gotta be perfect. Everybody have their flaws. I got mines. But I'm a real nice, down to earth person. But it's just sad to me how Po Nipsey died because that didn't have to take place. That did not have to happen, but it did. And I mean, that happened back in 2019. This is 2021. The Po man, he's been gone for 2 years now. 2. And I just hate stuff like that because it's just sad when somebody who's young, they're gifted, they have so many people who love them, and then they've done so much work, and then his music. It's just sad when they leave in ways such as that. And they didn't even choose to. It's the fact that their lives are taken from them. And see, that's what happened to Nipsey. Nipsey didn't decide that he wanted to get shot one day. He didn't even know that's what was going to happen. And see, that's why people, you got to be careful this day and time, because you never know what a person will do to you. You just never fucking know. You always got to be careful. And that's the God's honest truth. But I just wanted to say that about Nipsey because, again, it's March 31st, 2021. He's been gone for 2 years. And I mean, he's in heaven right now and he's looking down. He's watching his family like he loves. He loves all of you. And just like how you still love him. And I mean, that was a hard pill to swallow, but one thing that I could tell from watching the family on TV, you are all some strong people. You really are. Y'all are very strong. And rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. And may you continue to rest in peace, my dear brother. And thank you for everything that you did in this world before you left here. Okay? And the last person that I would like to talk about, I would like to talk about one of my favorite singers, Miss Selena Quintanilla Perez. Now, everybody on this damn earth should know who Selena is. Selena was this beautiful Mexican-American singer. Oh, she could sing, she could dance. And I mean, she had a good spirit, had a beautiful smile that could light up the room. Like, she was a talented individual. She could design, sketch. She had opened up her own boutique, things like that. And I mean, same thing for her. I basically have known, just like with Aaliyah, I've known Selena from watching her on TV when I was little as well. And I mean, I just think that it's so fucked up, again, how you have a good human being who has a pure ass heart, who is basically blessed and has done so much good in their life and has worked their ass off to get to a certain place in life that they've always dreamed of getting to. And then next thing you know, out of nowhere, boom, they're gone. Why? Because a motherfucker just had to be low down and dirty and just take their life. Selena was only 23 years old when she was shot. Also, today is her anniversary. She was only 23 years old when she was shot by her own friend / president of her fan club back then. That was on March 31st, 1995. I mean, it was just so fucked up because I remember watching Selena the movie because Jennifer Lopez played her. I remember watching that movie when I was a little kid and growing up over the years. And I mean, it's just sad how that shit played out. And then even watching like the documentaries pertaining to Selena and how she died and all of that. I mean, I just think it's fucked up because she was a sweet ass person and she had let this woman into her life. The lady name was Yolanda Salvador. And I mean, I just think it's fucked up how she had let the woman into her life. And she really considered this woman a friend. Selena made this lady the president of her fucking fan club. And the whole time, this lady is smiling in Selena's face. And you stabbing the girl in her back because you're taking her fucking money. You're taking the girl money. So how the fuck do you supposed to be her friend and you stealing money from her fan club? Fans were starting to make complaints about not receiving their Selena merchandise back then. Selena didn't know what the hell was going on. And I mean, her father basically informed her about it, about the possibility of what could have been going on, which turned out to be true, which is basically Yolanda was stealing Selena, excuse me, tongue twisted, but Yolanda was stealing Selena's fan club money. And that was wrong. That girl trusted her and she considered her a friend. I mean, it was so fucked up to me because Yolanda even bought Selena, she bought her a special kind of ring. She bought her a ring. And Selena sent her thinking that she done paid for the ring with her own money, but little did Selena know she basically paid for that ring herself because that ring was purchased with stolen money from her fan club. And I mean, it's just fucked up how this stuff went because in the movie, it don't really show exactly, how things played out that day. And I guess that's because they did it out of respect for Selena's family, which is completely understandable. I understand that. And in those documentaries and things like the reenactments that I've seen over the years, in real life, Selena, I don't want to be all over the place with it, but I know that Yolanda had even lied to Selena and claimed that she had been raped. And Selena even drove this woman to the motherfucking hospital so they could examine her. And then the doctor basically told Selena that Yolanda hadn't been sexually assaulted. She hadn't been raped. And I mean, Selena went and met her at that hotel room that day. And she didn't know what she was in for because it's just crazy how this shit played out. They got into an argument, and I do remember watching one of the documentaries where they were saying that Selena had took that ring off, and that basically was a symbol. It was a symbol of her and Yolanda's friendship, but she took it off, and that basically meant that the friendship was over with. It was done. And that made Yolanda snap. But in my opinion, that damn woman had already snapped because, first of all, why the fuck would you sit up here and have a damn gun in your purse with you when you go to a hotel room that you know you've invited someone who's supposed to be your friend over to discuss missing documentation or even present them with documentation? Why would you have a fucking gun if you already didn't have it in your mind that you were going to kill them? That woman was already planning to kill poor Selena. And the sad thing is, Selena didn't even know it. Because if Selena would have known that, if she would have known Yolanda had a damn gun, if she would have knew that that woman had a gun, there is no way in hell Selena would have took her ass to that hotel room that day. She would not have gone to that hotel room. She wouldn't have went. I think Selena would have told her dad, and her dad and the rest of her family, they would have went and they would have told the police, and Yolanda's ass would have got picked up and locked the hell up the way she deserved. She was already going to be in trouble for stealing that fan club money. And I mean, it's just wrong what she did to that girl. Like, Selena was just turning around. She was walking out the hotel room. And it's just sad. She shot the girl in her back. Like, they were arguing. She took that ring off. And then she pulled that gun out. And she shot the girl in her back. And Selena managed to run out of the hotel room. She managed to run out the hotel room, and the same woman who we already know was never her fucking friend Because if she was her friend, she would have never been fucking stealing from her. And then on top of that, she wouldn't have never shot her. So Selena, she basically ran out the damn hotel room. And this happened in broad daylight. And Yolanda chased her. She was chasing Selena. After she done shot her, she shot her. It was like somewhere up in her shoulder. It was somewhere, I don't really know, but it was like somewhere over here, somewhere over there. And see, she had already shot the poor girl once. And if Selena hadn't been able to keep running, she was getting ready to shoot her again. And also, like, witnesses seen that shit. They saw what happened that day. They saw Selena running for her life, bleeding, and then Yolanda called. She's going to literally holler and call Selena a bitch in broad daylight after she done shot her. Like, she was going to kill that girl if she hadn't kept running. She was going to kill post Selena. That was her objective. She didn't have to shoot the girl, but she did. She want to blame it on basically, they want to say she snapped because Selena took their ring off. Like, again, I already say that her ass was already gone in the mine because, again, why would you bring a fucking gun to that meeting in the first place if you didn't have no intention on killing Selena? Why, lady? Why? And see, I believe that when Selena took their ring off, that just made her just go fucking crazy even more. And then that's what led her to shoot Selena. Because I also think that she was obsessed with her, because in one of the documentaries that I watched, they showed when somebody had went to her house one day and they looked around and she had a whole lot of Selena shit all around her house. And when I say, instead of saying Selena shit, let me just say Selena. Selena, things like Selena pictures, things of that nature. Basically, stuff like from the fan club, like what the fans who want, like her pictures and things of that nature. Because I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting Selena, because I love my girl. I love her to death, and I would never do that. But they seen that she had a lot of Selena stuff around the house. And I think there was a woman who went there that day. That woman sat up here and she knew something wasn't right from what that documentary was saying. She knew that something wasn't right about Yolanda. It was creepy. It scared that damn lady. And see, I just hate how this stuff played out, because Selena, she ran until she made it into the hotel lobby and she collapsed on the floor because she had already lost a whole lot of blood. And her final words before she passed out was Yolanda's name and the room number that she was in. Well, the hotel room that she had. And Yolanda, she basically ran her ass to her damn truck and she barricaded herself up in the truck. And she basically was holding a gun to her head, crying and shit like that. And the police, they surrounded the truck. And she was basically threatening to kill herself and all types of other shit, trying to say that she didn't mean to do it and all of that. But I just say bullshit, because she knew what the fuck she was doing. She knew what she was doing. Because when it come down to it, she didn't have to shoot. She didn't have to shoot Selena. She didn't have to do it. And see, Selena basically was rushed to the hospital and she died. She died because when Yolanda had shot her, she hit a major artery. She hit a major artery. And see, it was just so fucked up. It was just so fucked up. And see, Selena had lost so much blood. She had lost so much blood. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I seen that. I seen that if she would have been able to make it to the hospital. Well, no, I remember it now. They stated that if Yolanda would have shot Selena like a few inches or centimeters away from that artery, that Selena would have survived. But when she shot her, she hit that main artery. But if Yolanda would have shot her basically a few inches or centimeters away from that main artery, Selena would have survived. But see, she basically had bled to death. She bled to death. And she passed away just like that. And I mean, it was sad. Because I remember over the years, like Jennifer Lopez, she had done a Selena tribute a few years ago. And she basically was dressed just like Selena. And it was beautiful. And I also, like Jennifer Lopez, she performed with Selena's husband. Excuse me. And then I also remember that time when they did another Selena tribute. Jennifer Lopez wasn't a part of this one. And I remember her mama and Selena's mama and her daddy sitting out in the audience. And I mean, that stuff made me cry, man. I can't even lie, because it was just sad. Her daddy, I already know he hurt, but he knows that he has to stay strong. And her mama, the hurt was all in that lady's face, in her eyes. You could just see it while she was looking at her daughter on the screens, all those clips and things like that. And I mean, it was just sad. It was a beautiful tribute, but at the same time, everybody already know if something was to happen to somebody that you loved, and then you're basically watching a tribute dedicated to them, and then you seeing them up on the screens and stuff like that, you already know that's gonna make your ass emotional. Cause I already know my ass would be emotional if it was somebody that I loved. Like something bad happened to someone close to me, that would fuck me up. It really would be. Because I already don't fool with a lot of people. And see, those who I do have in my life, I cherish them very much. I really do. And I mean, like I said, first, Nipsey Hussle, March 31st, 2019. He's been gone for 2 years. And then Selena, Tania Perez, March 31st, 1995. She's been gone for 26 years. So it's just sad. It's real sad, man, how that stuff go. But one good thing that's recently happened, actually 2 good things that I'll speak on for Selena. I love the fact that Netflix has done a Selena the series. A lot of people try to make little negative comments about the girl who's playing Selena, but I watched that damn series a few months ago, and I loved everything about it. And I think the actress who portrays her, I think she's doing a good ass job. And also recently, Selena also got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She got that, and they also gave her the Grammy. They gave her the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, if I'm saying it right. They gave her that. I mean, it's just a lot that you have to think about, because tomorrow is never promised. So that's why we should do as much good as we can while we are alive, well, and breathing, because you never know what day will be your last. And rest in peace to Selena. May you rest in peace. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. May you rest in peace. Those are the three things that was on my mind, because originally I was just going to talk about Lil Nas X. I was just going to talk about him. And then I thought about it and I was like, today is March 31st. And I mean, I already know that this is the day that Selena passed away. And then I thought about Nipsey Hussle too. And so this video, it was basically like me showing my own little tribute to them. And so I just want to say thank you to those who watched this video. And thank you to those who support. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please comment on this video, because I would love to read your honest opinion. And I will reply back. I don't know how many comments the video will get, but I will reply back to as many as I can. And this is Tony's World, episode 3. And thank y'all. And y'all have a good night. Love you. Bye.